Alright, it is finally done. I woke up for this. It's like 10:20. But I did woke up late because I was up late at night. So it is finally done. Welcome to another sketchbook tour here. And as you can see, stickers in it, I decorate it and stuff, so yeah, let's see what's in here. So here's me in a field of yellow flowers. This is done with like lead pencil and Copic markers. Here's another drawing I made. I think I only did this digitally, but I didn't have the chance to color it again, but because I didn't know how I was going to color a whole wide space with Copic markers. Yes, and here's a Tialier. Well, not really, more just like a follower of Saint Sharina. I think this was during the time when the Elden Ring DLC came out. And I really liked the character, so decided to make like my own character based on a Saint Sharina follower. Here's Vincent again in his skeleton costume. I think this was already coming towards Halloween. And yes, it's skin tight, wearing absolutely nothing underneath it. Yes, and then Vincent's character expressions that I did here. I posted. I had to redo it because I haven't had the because the pencil like smears, and when I scan it, like there's just a lot of these gray areas that come out. So yeah, here's Vincent and Chipper picking up pumpkins. I didn't have a chance to finish this, but I did do this digitally. Some circles, practicing Copic with Prismacolor pencils, more just bunch of random circle drawings here, again with my Copic markers and colored pencils. Levers, yes. This I might do an oil painting of someday, but yeah, entirely done out of Copic markers and a little bit of colored pencil, and line art just done with normal pencils. Like, yeah. This became my profile picture, and it still is on Instagram, which I really need to change it. Some more drawings of Chipper. And what's next here is a watercolor artwork of Vincent that I did not have the time to finish. Here's Vincent again, just being a bad boy. And then it's Vincent again, all done in Copic markers. I also forgot that some pages are like taped or glued here. This is just a whole oil painting smudge I did here. Seems like it is taped. There's my OC Xander. He smoking, and then Here's me again. I've done this digitally. I've done like 2 versions of this because I just did not know what style should I've done it in. Daffodils, dandelion, sunflowers, yellow flowers, my favorite types of flowers here. There's me in the cold. I believe this is just another unfinished artwork I was supposed to do but never got to. And then yeah, here I moved on to watercolor, like from Copics to watercolor. Watch my phone. Here's Lucy Gray from the Hunger Games Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, and then I did do like a little comic about it right as soon as the games began. Vincent again. That's him with like wet hair, and I guess that's supposed to be him after his hair is dry. Painted like a whole vast valley of yellow flowers. This is actually my banner on Bsky, and there I am, but I didn't got the chance to color. And then some notes about the Copics and colored pencils I use. Asu eating noodles. And then of course here's my whole like golds when it comes to my art style. Or golds when it comes to like my characters, and more characters here to draw. I don't know who that is. That is supposed to be Vincent, but his face looks just elongated. Here's one of Sam's OCs, and then here's one of my OCs that is like variants of like these two. This is a request I done. I forgot who the user was, but the person won the last year's Hunger Games that I did, and this is what he requested. Some more gesture drawing practice. And here's Toxie, me practicing gouache. It was very cheap gouache that I bought, and it wasn't really great because the color, like once they dry, the colors just like get lighter as they dry. So this blue was supposed to be like a very dark blue, but it just changed to it just changed to a more saturated blue. Yeah, and then here's me with the trench coat that my best friend got me for New Year's. My figure drawings and how I'm supposed to draw figures for the sketchbook. Here I am again with my trench coat. Some feet drawing I made. New character requested from one of my friends. I have not really made a lot for her, but I have ideas now, so you'll see next time. Here's another drawing I made of my OCs in a very like foggy, depressed town. This is digital, but never had the chance to color it. And then there's Swanky, another person I know online. He makes such great characters. And here's Chipper's expression sheet. I only posted the line work, but you can look at the colored version in my Patreon. It's really good. think this is all Iron Fist from Marvel Rivals, which is how I got introduced by him. And then here is this whole artwork of the character. He looks really cool. He looks really hot. Yeah. And then me just practicing backgrounds with watercolor. This one I did it with like Crayola watercolor, where I actually like drained the pigment out of like Crayola markers, and then used it as watercolor. Another artwork here, I don't know what I was gonna do with this one. I just felt like drawing myself on my desk. But here's another one of me in my desk, and I think this was supposed to be like my commission announcement I was doing. And then here's Swanky again. This is done with Crayola markers that I experimented with. Here he is again, but I didn't finish doing his hair. And then here's me. Yeah, all done in Crayola markers. Some quick sketches of Tasu. And here he is again. He loves you so much. And of course I have like a bunch of sketches of heads that I did. Here's Tasu again, and I guess just the many ways he hides his eyes. Yeah, he has many creative ways of hiding his face, so you'll never know how he looks like. Here's me again. This is my profile picture now. Here's Tasu again, and me practicing with like a Staedtler pen that I got. I did this one, I think around March, for the holiday festival that occurs in India, but with Vincent, my OC, totally a festival that he would go because it's really colorful. This is all done in gouache and colored pencil. Here's me again. This is another one of my profile pictures, done in watercolor, gouache, and colored pencil. I was trying to find a way how to make the butterflies glow, but couldn't achieve that. And then here's Vincent's, yeah, this is Vincent's character expression again. It's different from the last. Yeah, except this one is much more cleaner. So when I scanned it, it looked more like cleaner. There was less gray areas. So it was easier for me to clean up. And so, yeah, there is a colored version of this you can find on my Patreon. Just me practicing with different watercolor mediums like Arabic gum and Oxygal, whatever those do. There's me again, and this is me practicing with oil pastel here. More references of me and how to draw my hair. And this is when I got my gouache palette. This is Demir, Sam's OC. It's the wrong skin color I did with the oil pastel. Here is more me doing a character sketch and developing a character here, and all my inspirations that you can see here too. And then I got more like anatomy drawings, practicing hands here, and there's Rolf my OC, more anatomy drawings here, learning how to draw muscle within the arms, and then here's the character I was telling you that I was developing. Joyous is her name. Actually, I've had this character years and years ago. It's just that I forgot about her, but now she is back. Here's how I developed her outfit and how I've been representing the character here. There's more expressions from Joyous. This is her whole outfit. And then more character expressions here. And then more character explorations here, except it's all like full body. Yeah, and again, you can view all this stuff in my Patreon. Tasu's character expression, all done in ballpoint. This is when I started transitioning. This is when I probably started transitioning to a ballpoint pen. Yeah, and so there is a color version you can find on Patreon. Just the many faces he does. Here he is again, Tasu, and this is a whole artwork I did out of oil pastel and colored pencil. You can find the speed paint for this on my YouTube. Here I am practicing with oil pastel here, and then yeah, this is me practicing with like a eraser mate ballpoint pen, which is a ballpoint pen that can erase. It does work, but I realized that the ballpoint pen ink texture is different. Like, it's a lot more stickier, and like when it erases, it just like picks it up. However, the eraser does not work with other ballpoint pens, and only specifically works with the eraser mate ballpoint pen because the ink there is a different texture. I've started reading the new Hunger Games book, Sunrise at Reaping, and this is when I started to draw the characters how I think they look like, based on description. Book is really good, and I can't wait for the movie that I think it's coming like at the end of the year. Here we are drawing bushes and leaves, and then here's when I started developing Percy, a very old OC that I also brought back. Here's how he looks like, and here's how the many expressions he does. Yeah, he's really cool. Here he is again, yelling. He yells a lot. And here he is, which I made him specifically for Pride Month. I did a birthday gift for Sam, and here he is. This is a landscape drawing I did. I did this digitally, which you can view in my Patreon. However, there's no speed paint of it. And then here's Sam's birthday OC requests that I did for him. Yeah, there he is in all his OCs. Learn to draw clothes here. That was supposed to be me there. And learning to draw pants and how the folds and creases of the pants work when you, move and stuff. And more head drawings, except I was learning to draw how to draw like heads looking up or from an angle below. And that is all. So yeah, that is all. So you can actually, since now that I have a Patreon, you can access the full sketchbook pages, most of the sketchbook pages, because like some of them aren't that much interesting, but you can access my full images of like scanned images of my sketchbook pages in my Patreon. You don't have to become a member. It's a just one-time price, like around $12 to $15. Have not posted it yet, but it will be up there soon for those who want to view like the full page. So yeah, thank you very much. You can follow me on Bsky or Instagram. You can subscribe here or join my Patreon. So, all right, have a nice day.